Hello and welcome to a special dev diary about the Eden 3D editor for Arma 3. As we announced a few months ago, some of the team have been hard at work on a new and improved scenario editor, which will make available to everyone for free in a platform update scheduled for the end of this month. What we'd like to do now is talk about some of its key features and dig into some of the development process. The scenario editor has really been at the heart of the Arma series ever since it first released in 2001 with Operation Flashpoint Cold War Crisis. In short, it's quite a simple tool that players can use to put together any kind of scenario. Using the vast library of weapons and tanks and cars, whatever it is, you can make something quite simple, something quite complex like a campaign, or even up to something like a large-scale multiplayer mode.
The editor is a irreplaceable tool for community scenario makers. I've been one myself years ago, and I remember spending a ridiculous amount of time in it. It's like Lego, a perfect construction set where you combine a lot of building blocks together to create whatever idea you have.
Editor si můžete představit jako Super Mario Maker pro počítač a s vojenskou tematikou. Určitě editor používáme jako jeden ze základních nástrojů pro vytváření i našich oficiálních misí.
The core design of the editor has remained unchanged since the release of the first Operation Flashpoint back in 2001, and since then we've seen more Arma games be released, and the scope and quality and ambition of the titles grow with each one. Somehow the editor has been left behind, and I suppose the Eden editor represents our opportunity to really set that right.
It still feels familiar, but the new 3D interaction gives users incredible amount of control. It's much more effective as a tool, making it possible to design scenarios faster and better and more fun. We started by defining a kind of set of strategic goals. Things like if the editor should still stay in game, how much backwards compatibility we want to preserve, or to what extent we want it to be moddable. Then we investigated level editors in other games or game engines, and it gave us some rough idea what works. And of course the community wishlist was an incredible source of great ideas as well. Before Philip and I started working on the editor, we were implementing Arma 3 Zeus. If you don't know it, it's a system which gives one player in a multiplayer scenario ability to become a game master and design the scenario on the fly.
Zeus a Eden nejsou stejný zdaleka. Zeus vlastně posloužil hlavně jako základ pro budoucí vytváření Edenu, o kterém jsme tak nějak tušili, že přijde.
The previous editor has been with us for 15 years. We wanted to think that the Eden editor should have the similar lifespan. So already from the beginning we were thinking about all features in a very robust way to make them as open as possible.
Jeden z technických oříšků určitě bezesporu bylo natočení objektů, hlavně proto, že engine používá matice a kvaterniony jako reprezentaci natočení, kdežto uživatel pro normální použití potřebuje zadávat vše v úhlech. A najít kompromis mezi těma dvěma reprezentacemi byl určitě trošku oříšek.
Following Bohemia tradition, we released the editor to Steam Dev Build last September.
That's allowed us to gather feedback, collect information and opinions from the forums, and yeah, I know it's helped the guys a lot in terms of prioritizing and making changes.
Posledních pár týdnů jsme se věnovali hlavně zlepšování současných systémů, opravám a v neposlední řadě jsme přidávali ještě také velice požadovaný virtuální arzenál, což je systém do editorů, ve kterém si můžete obléct a vlastně vybavit svého vojáka, kterého potom v editoru použijete jako součást mise.
The biggest improvement over the old 2D editor is, of course, the 3D interaction.
Now you can take a cup and put it on a table in seconds, in clicks, something that would take you 5 minutes before. Now you can be sitting down for tea in a matter of seconds, and I'm sure the Queen would approve of that.
The 2D editor core is still there. You still have a map view, you can still place waypoints, configure triggers.
I guess it sounds a bit silly to say in 2016, but but for technical reasons, we've never been able to have something like an undo button or the ability to search through our library of content, and we're definitely glad to see those features are part of the Eden editor now.
Previous editor was completely closed, a black box. Nobody could improve it much. We went completely different direction with Eden. We wanted to be as moddable as possible. Community makers can create new plugins, new tools, rework the interface. I hope that in 10 years, when Arma 3 is obviously still alive and kicking, I will be able to see how much the community modders push the editor forward and how many scenarios were created.
Nový Eden editor bude zdarma jako součást platform updateů a nemusíte se bát, určitě na něm budeme dále pracovat i po vydání, máme ještě spoustu plánů a můžete se těšit.
The best way to start with the editor is just to launch it from the main menu, start messing around, place soldiers, tanks, see what happens, and in the end you might end up with a quite solid scenario.
Really, the sky's the limit. Do whatever you want. It's your game. Use your imagination. Thanks very much for joining us at this quick look at the Eden 3D editor. We really believe it's going to be a splendid update for the Arma 3 platform, and we can't wait to put it in our players' hands along with the free Eden update towards the end of February. Bye for now.